This 1 Degree Outside video is sponsored by the Topsfield Fair, America's oldest fair. You can pre-order your admission, meal, and ride tickets today at topsfieldfair.org and join the fun October 4th through 14th, conveniently located on Route 1, just off of Interstate 95.
Hi, Matt Noyes Insights video on a Thursday, looking out to the weekend. We're going to leave no stone unturned on that. We've talked a lot about Francine the last couple of days, not only the impact of the Gulf Coast. Yesterday, we looked at the fact that some of that energy ends up fueling storm development off the Carolina coastline by the time we get to the end of the weekend and next week. So you want to check out yesterday's Insights for more on that. But right now, let's talk weekend. High pressure in charge here at home. The moisture is going to stay at bay with Francine. A cold front coming in through southern Canada that gets here during the course of Friday, mostly later in the day. Wildfire smoke, little alert for you here on the fact that you are going to be looking at very pretty sunrises and sunsets in spots because of the smoke adding a bit of color to the sky. We'll start with sunset this Thursday evening. Notice from Rutland County over across to Grafton and Carroll County in interior Maine, enough wildfire smoke along with some high altitude, thin, wispy cirrus clouds in the sky should look really pretty for our Thursday evening sunset. Friday morning sunrise looking good when you get from the Lakes region, southern Maine, all the way down to central Mass. The Mass Turnpike, even in Boston, running out to the Berkshires. You're going to have some color on that eastern sky. You might catch those cirrus clouds as they depart too. And then during the day Friday, you will notice some wildfire smoke. It won't be a perfect blue in the sky. The Cape holds on to that smoke all the way into sunset on Friday. You may get a very pretty sunset on the Cape on Friday evening, and then it thins out for Friday night into Saturday. Some drier, cleaner air comes into play. So here is that cold front that we looked at dropping into northern Maine with a crown of Maine shower at midday Friday. An afternoon shower from the mountains to the Maine seacoast Friday afternoon, and then Friday evening is your best chance of a pop-up shower from eastern New Hampshire down to eastern Mass, including the Boston area. Would not be a big deal, but one may pop up. On Saturday, there's a chance that we pop a couple of showers up in the mountains, maybe even for the interior by the end of the day, but I'll show you it's only about a 30% chance as we get some bubbling fair weather clouds in the sky. And then Sunday's interesting because as high pressure comes in, you start to turn the wind easterly or even a little southeasterly. You add enough moisture. Look at the way the clouds will try to bubble on Sunday afternoon, and there could be a sprinkle through the interior out of this as well. I'm not worried about it having a big impact on your day at all. Overall, it's a very, very nice weekend, all right? There's that storm development down to the south off the U.S. East Coast. That is by Monday. You've got it taking shape. And we talked yesterday about the fact that maybe by the end of the week throws some rain showers our way, although it certainly isn't locked in. In terms of the total amount of rain that comes down on Friday, it's not a lot, but you can see it's mostly going to be in eastern New England, and it's on the order of probably a few hundredths of an inch for the vast majority of us. Dew point prediction does climb a little bit in advance of that cold front, drops a little bit as we get to the weekend, keeps dropping into early next week, and the next climb would be if we can see some of that moisture from the south sneaking in with an increasing shower chance along about next Thursday. So high temperatures Friday are awesome. We're running in the 80s. Remember, the cold front is just slicing in to northern Maine at midday, so you're not going to have to worry about much cooler air coming in yet. The chance of precipitation Friday, there's your greatest shower chance across the North Country, 20% of an evening shower around the Boston area as the cold front arrives. And then it really kind of washes out. It's not like you get this big puff of cool air. In fact, look at this. Friday night, the wind direction for some will still be southwesterly, but nonetheless, it'll end up turning northeast so that by Saturday, it's mostly a northeasterly wind that comes in. And that's why the coastline is cooler than the interior where we exceed 80. Just remember that 50% chance of a shower popping up in the mountains of northern New England. Maybe you've got about a 10 to 30% chance of a sprinkle or a shower to pop up in the interior of southern New England on Saturday afternoon. I wouldn't worry much about that. Sunday looks really good, feels really good as well. This is that day, though, that I told you with the easterly wind, you got to bring in a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. You might see a sprinkle during the afternoon for the very far interior. And then Monday looks excellent with temperatures up around or over 80 again. When you look at the New England average 14-day, and I always encourage you, so does Danielle, to grab our app so you get the 14-day for your spot. But bottom line, the whole first half of the 14 days in the 80s. I don't know if you watch our monthly forecast, but we had talked about this right at the very beginning of September, the fact that the second half of the month actually may be warmer than normal versus what was a cooler start in the first half of the month. And that looks to be coming to fruition. So grab the app. You can get all the details you need for your weekend, including the hourly forecast too. Noyes, 1 degree outside weather, App Store, Google Play. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for checking in. Updates always at 1degreeoutside.com and on all of our social media handles, the number 1 degree outside.